Hi, I'm Betty, and I'll give you a breakdown of things about the Flintstones. Fred Flintstone physically resembles both the first voice actor who played him, Alan Reed, and Jackie Gleason, whose series, The Honeymooners, inspired the Flintstones. The voice of Barney Rubble was provided by voice actor Mel Blanc, except for 5 episodes during the second season, the 1st, 2nd, 5th, 6th, and 9th. Hanna-Barbera regular Dawes Butler filled in and provided the voice of Barney while Blanc was incapacitated by a near-fatal car accident. Blanc was able to return to the series much sooner than expected by virtue of a temporary recording studio for the entire cast set up at Blanc's bedside. 15. Blanc's Barney voice varied from nasal to deep before his accident as he and Barbera, who directed the sessions with Alan Dinehart, explored the right level in relation to the comedy and the other characters. Blanc uses both Barney voices in one of the earliest episodes, The Prowler. Reed was insistent on playing Fred in a relatively natural speaking voice rather than a broad, cartoony style. Few animated short cartoons used this straightforward method, except for experimental studios like UPA and feature films with more realistic characters. The performances of Reed and the cast, as well as the writing, helped ground the animated world of the Flintstones in a relatable reality. The dialogue style of the Flintstones set a precedent for acting and animation that continues to exist today, sometimes falsely attributed in modern animated productions as revolutionary. In a 1986 Playboy interview, Gleason said Alan Reed had done voiceovers for Gleason in his early movies, and that he had considered suing Hanna-Barbera for copying The Honeymooners, but decided to let it pass. 18. According to Henry Corden, a voice actor and a friend of Gleason's, Jackie's lawyers told him he could probably have the Flintstones pulled right off the air, but they also told him, "Do you want to be known as the guy who yanked Fred Flintstone off the air? The guy who took away a show so many kids love and so many parents love too?" Henry Corden first spoke for Fred Flintstone on the 1965 record album Songs from Mary Poppins, then continued doing the voice for most of the other Flintstone records on the label. At roughly the same time, Corden was providing Fred's singing voice in 2 films being produced at the studio: the 1966 special Alice in Wonderland, or What's a Nice Kid Like You Doing in a Place Like This, and the 1966 feature film The Man Called Flintstone. Corden assumed the role completely after Reed's death in 1977, starting with the TV special A Flintstone Christmas. Since 2000, Jeff Bergman, James Arnold Taylor, and Scott Innes, performing both Fred and Barney for Toshiba commercials, have performed the voice of Fred. Since Mel Blanc's death in 1989, Barney has been voiced by Jeff Bergman, Frank Welker, Scott Innes, and Kevin Michael Richardson. Various additional character voices were created by Hal Smith, Alan Melvin, Janet Waldo, Dawes Butler, and Howard Morris, among others. This you friendly gal next door Betty, and there you have it.